G'day again. I'm just doing a response to Rob Walker's thread on albums that have the same letter as their first and last, beginning with Fisher Z and Going Deaf for a Living. And it's from 1980. Now, of course, it's got the fantastic song So Long. The next one's an Aussie band, Deck Chairs Overboard, self-titled. This came out in 1985. And this one is signed by John and Kathy, who are in the band. Paul Hester, who used to be in Crowded House, the drummer, he was in this band prior to this album coming out. They had an EP before this, and he was in that, but he'd left by the time this came out. They didn't have much success in the charts. They had a song called Walking in the Dark that got into the lower reaches of the charts from memory in about 84 or so, but not a lot other than that. And the record came out on red vinyl. The next one I got is a compilation album called Supercharged Hits. This came out roughly 1970. The main reason I've got this in the collection is it's one of the examples of a circular fisheye, which was quite popular in the very late 60s, early 70s. It's quite a distinctive style that's pretty easily recognisable. A lot of artists used it around that time. Now I've got Pamela Stanley, and this is Hot. Roughly 1979, I think, sort of towards the end of disco. A Japanese album from Arabesque, which was called Everybody Loves Arabesque. And yeah, you get a poster, insert lyric sheet, which Japanese stuff's good for, pictures, and also it came on red vinyl. The next one I've got is Lenny Lovitch and Stateless, which this had, of course, the well-known song Lucky Number. This one is Liz Phair, Exile in Guyville. This one's a reissue. The original's worth quite a bit of money. Even this one isn't that easy to find in Australia. And it's this one's on double album. Yeah, Guyville came out in 1993. It had 6-1, Divorce Song, and Never Said on it. The main song she had was Supernova, and that was on the next album, which was called Whip Smart, I think, which I think came out in 94. But yeah, the early stuff's sort of garagey and very indie. She's quite good in these first couple of albums, and then apparently she sort of sold out a bit, it is said. So yeah, but the early stuff of hers is really good. And Johnny Lydon, PIL, Public Image Limited, with This Is What You Want, This Is What You Get. And of course this has This Is Not a Love Song, and of course the final track on this is it's also called Order of Death. It's one of the shortest lyric songs around, but it's very effective. And the next one I've got's a self-titled from Triple Thread. You'd sort of describe this as goth, but apparently it's not. It's more of a hip-hop type album, but I bought it for the artwork, of course, so to put into my goth and industrial sort of collection of picture discs. Yeah, so self-titled Triple Threat. And the last one to show is The Fall and Extricate. The song on this one I'm most familiar with is Telephone Thing, but it also, of course, The Fall at this time had Marsha Schofield as the keyboardist, so yeah, I'm happy to show her off, of course. But yeah, they're a good British band. Mark E. Smith was I don't know, law to himself, I suppose you could say, but he's got some good tracks out. Alright, well thanks Rob for putting the thread up, and I enjoyed going through the collection to see if I could find... I didn't know I had that many. I've probably got another 7 or 8 that I could have put in, but a couple have already been used that I know of, and a couple of them are sort of fairly well-known ones, I think, so somebody will obviously show them at some stage. But yeah, thanks again Rob for putting it up, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.